Hey everyone, this is Titanus and welcome back to the channel. I have a very special presentation today for you on home health care. I know a number of you are afflicted by this problem and malady, and I've got a solution for you, and it's actually quite impressive. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go over a little bit about what's going on, and then the first thing I got to cover I forgot, which is the most important thing, is don't do this at home. Don't take my medical advice. You're going to need to check with your general practitioner, your proctologist, your psychiatrist, your psychologist, your chiropractor, and your shamanic healer. Check with everybody. Don't do this at home. This is not for everybody. I'm a trained professional. What's going on here? What's up? So I'm just going to do a graphical representation here, okay? And X is going to mark the spot, all right? And I want you to understand that a lot of you have hemorrhoids, and that's a difficult word to spell, and that's probably why more of us don't get treatment, because nobody knows how to spell the word hemorrhoids, not even proctologists. But what I'm going to show you today, and this is called the Antioch treatment for hemorrhoids, okay? And why are hemorrhoids so prevalent in the world? What's going on? How does the Antioch treatment factor into this? And how do you spell the word hemorrhoids? Nobody knows. We'll just go over here and make it up, okay? Hemorrhoids. And this cure is absolutely unbelievable. So what happened and why I call it the Antioch cure is under excavation in Antioch, the city of Antioch in Turkey, they got down to the layer of the Roman zone. And in the Roman zone, they determined that there was a treatment that they were using in ancient Roman times. And I'm going to show you a little bit about this treatment in a second. I'm going to tell you about it. So basically in Roman times, what they found out, and this is what is absolutely mind-boggling and shocking, is they found out that if you expose the rectum area to sunlight for 24 hours of continuous sunlight, so when you expose the rectum to 24 hours of continuous sunlight, it actually breaks down the germs and kills them. Now, germs are microscopic organisms that you can't see. They're so small that your naked eye can't see them. You can smell them when they build up, but you can't see them. That's why when you turn to look in your toilet bowl, you're not going to really know what's going on in there. 30 to 40 proctologists bend over the entire football team, and for God's sake, don't use the professional treatment. This is the Arctic Circle, okay? It's at longitude approximately 66 degrees north. In Sweden and Norway, there are 2 towns in which 24-hour sunlight can be found. That way you won't have to go for 165 days. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to be leaving shortly to fly to Sweden with my equipment to get a treatment there. And I will show you how the equipment works for you home brew people. But if you can't get to the Arctic Circle, and I'm going to have some Swedish fish while I'm waiting on this, because these things are amazing, you know, and they just kind of get me in the mood for the trip to Sweden. And you can see this, you know, this extension of the land into the Arctic Circle, and they're Norwegians because they have the largest endowment fund in the world. They don't really want you traveling there. It's really only the Swedish that will welcome you, and they have special experts that will be able to get you into the positions that you need, hold it for the full 24 hours. They're going to give you a refill on your drinks, and I'll explain that all in a second here. Oh, God, these Swedish fish, they're to die for. Okay, so let me show you a couple of things, okay? This is really important. The average person just assumes that they're going to bend down over here and expose the rectum to sunlight for 165 days, sleeping only at night without water or food. This is a complete fallacy. This position doesn't work. Always use distilled water. Never use tap water. Don't use American water if you can avoid it. Filled with ugly bacteria, just everywhere. Okay? Now, what you're going to do, and this is the important part, is you're going to have to get into the proper position, okay? I'm going to illustrate this pointed away from the camera so that you can see what's going on. Normally, I would orientate myself towards the sun, which is directly behind the camera at this time. But for graphical purposes, and let me show you how you build the unit. All right, special Swedish workers will be there to help you. Cooling fluid that you're gonna need. Now, let me see if I got the geometry right here. Oh God. Okay, flip the legs back, up we go, okay. Right, and what you're gonna need, oh God, that hurts my back. Oh my God, okay. So what you're gonna need is to periodically, every 10 to 12 hours, you're gonna need to cool yourself off from the sun's rays. Oh God. Does anyone know the word Swedish massage? I think that's going to be the reason that you're going to find that you'll be able to hold this position better in Sweden than you can here. I want to stress this to the team, and I want to stress this to the team. When you get in that position, you're not to move. The Swedish massage therapist will get into some deep muscle stuff, some rolfing, a little bit of elbow push on the back. You'll be able to hold that. Don't use these unnecessarily, okay? This is how you're going to cool down the rectum area as it's exposed to sunlight. 24 hours is a long time. You're going to have a horrifying burn. I mean, it's going to kill every bacterium on the backside of your body for about 3 feet. Might even kill some of the cells. And you're probably not going to be the same as you used to be. But whatever you do, don't start playing with these like these are toys. These are not toys, okay? These are professional instruments, okay? They're not to be used wrong. Make sure you know what you're doing when you play with these things. You may wonder why I'm still in my pajama pants and why I haven't transitioned into complete nakedness. Now, you don't have to be naked. You could still wear a t-shirt in Sweden, but a lot of us like to get naked just because of the Swedish massage stuff. But you'll need some lightweight pants that are easily removed. I can't remove these on the channel, unfortunately. There are channel restrictions in place. So the value-added tax does not apply to these units. Don't be taken by shoddy customs agents in Sweden who don't know what they're talking about. This is completely illegal in the state of Sweden. Matter of fact, I think the state of Sweden is an emissary of Norway, if I recall correctly. They're intertwined together in this kind of phallic symbol that goes into the Arctic Circle, but they don't claim complete ownership because there's another area protruding in from the Russians. Really important, okay? I've designed this unit to fit in the smallest space necessary on an airplane. A lot of you were going to be charged extra. Don't let them tell you that. You can carry a chair like this right on the plane. These cannot be used as a weapon. People swing them occasionally in the movies, but they're not functional because they're daycare chairs. If this is a full-size chair, you would never get this on an airplane when you're headed into Sweden. So these will fit in the overhead compartment. This board, this will be harder to explain. You might have to check that through. The tape, like I said, most airlines you can no longer carry duct tape on the plane, but you can put it into your checked luggage. You'll have to pay an extra fee for that. Include the tape with this unit, tape it around so it doesn't get lost because you're going to really need the tape. Duct tape in Sweden, and if you go to Norway, the duct tape is almost 100-fold more expensive than the Swedish price, which is already 10 times the American price, okay? America relies on duct tape. Sweden and Norway, it's kind of a luxury item. Not a lot of people own it over there. I want to stress this to travelers around the world. When you enter the European theater of operation, which is an entire tax haven status that's conglomerated in a number of lines divided by country, currency that is unified but not unified, nobody knows what to make of it. This is covered under an Antioch agreement from the Roman Empire that was recently dug up. That agreement covers all forms of treatments for hemorrhoids using the Antioch system that I've shown and demonstrated to you today. You should not be charged. Do not allow the customs officials to tell you any differently. Stand your ground, okay? I repeat, stand your ground. Don't be intimidated by a little customs guy, okay? Even if you have to go back to the country you came from. All right, the worst thing that could happen in the country that you came from is you'll have to use a 165-day treatment where you stay outside for anywhere from 14 to 16 hours every day, constantly facing the sun with your rectum exposed. That's a very different kind of treatment than the Swedish one, which happens really almost overnight. But because it's 24 hours, it actually goes into the next day. So it happens in 2 days, not one.